My name's Markeisha, and I want to let you niggas know that I'm a strong, independent black woman. I don't need no man. I'm so lonely.
Today's video is brought to you by Tremor Workout. I created this 12-week workout program to help motivated people who are looking for a fun way to get in shape. It can be done anytime, anywhere. At home, at the park, even in the gym. With over 70 metabolism boosting exercises that offer a wide range of variety, you'll never be bored. Please check out my website after you get through watching today's video. Link in description.
YouTube, what's happening? It's Mark here from Mark's Mind. The video that you're about to watch is something I did on my personal Facebook page 5 years ago. Now, at the time when I did this video, my perspective was to be somewhat private, and I asked my Facebook friends not to share this video. But 5 years on, I'm not worried about tiptoeing around people and their feelings. This is Mark's Mind, and I'm going to say what I think, whether you like it or not. So give it a watch. Tell me what you think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Peace. Hey guys, it's Mark here. I know you saw the intro to this video. Some of you may be laughing. Yes, that was a wig. It's not my real hair. Bought it for $5. Anyway, I felt compelled to make this video just because of some recent exchanges I've had on Facebook. I guess maybe a few months ago, a friend of mine on Facebook decided to add me. I'm not sure why he did this, but he decided to add me to some black groups. One was a UK based black group and one was a US based black group. I left the US based black group and I'm about to leave the UK one now because I'm tired of the ignorance and hate that's communicated in these groups. There was this post in this one UK group recently where this, check my phone here, what time is it? Don't want to make this video too long. It's probably gonna get long. It was showing a black guy with his white wife, and he was talking about how his white wife is very similar to his mother character-wise, and the comments from both men and women were so hurtful, hateful, ignorant, and downright racist. These are black people commenting. I mean, people can talk about how white people are racist, white people are this, that, and the other. Sorry to say that, but black people are equally racist. People who that ignorance stretches across all races. If you're ignorant and racist, you're just ignorant and racist. But you know, I made the mistake, and I've decided not to comment on anything anymore, especially where and I'm not picking people out here, but especially where black women are concerned, because you can't say anything to them. You cannot say anything to them. So my comment was simply, hey, you know, a very light-hearted, hey, whoever makes you happy, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when you're in bed with your loved one, that's all that matters. You're cuddled up, that's all that matters. All that background noise means nothing. You're with the person you love, all right? Who told me to say that? It's sellout niggas like you, blah, 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 blah. You Uncle Tom, blah, 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 blah. Niggas like you with your Beckies, blah, 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 blah. Because apparently Becky is the name that represents white women. I guess that's the equivalent of a black man called Leroy, all right? And I tried to hold my tongue for as long as I could. And I even stopped responding to comments, because I was just basically saying, what's wrong with me saying that it's okay for the guy to marry who he wants to marry? And I start, these women who were blasting me, and again, I started out very respectful, and I tried to remain respectful, but there's only so much I can take before I'm just like, you know, you, I'm gonna say what I really want to say. The comments, you know, the niggas like you with your white upgrades, they don't know who I'm dating, but they've just automatically assumed that I'm dating someone white because I said it's whoever the man loves, that's his business. Now that one in itself is amazing to me. When I'd hear a black woman say that they refer to a white woman as an upgrade. I'm not saying it, they're saying it. So they consider themselves lower than a white woman. It's beyond me. But as I, you know, curiosity just got the better of me. All these people who were blasting me, there's a few of them. Clicked on their profiles, looked through a few of their profile pictures, because maybe, you know, people, on how it is on Facebook, some people, their profiles are locked down, but you can see their profile pictures. Looked at their profile pictures, and what I could see is a bunch of weave wearing, overweight single mothers. There was no sign of any type of man on the scene, and they all had that the weaves and all that stuff. And this is what I saw. I'm not being hateful or disrespectful, but this is what I saw. So I said, man, you know what, so you saw the intro of my video, and I thought about this strong, independent black woman thing that some, let me stress, some black women love to portray. I don't need no man. Nothing wrong with you being strong and independent. I too am strong and independent. But I need a woman. A woman, besides the obvious things of physical things, sex, whatever. Besides that, I need a woman to help balance me. Most other races seem to understand the concept of a man and a woman together, generally speaking, in terms of straight heterosexual relationships, right? They understand that concept. Generally speaking, people understand the concept of, even if it's a homosexual relationship, two people being together, companionship, partnership, building, growing together with someone we love. That general thing. But it seems for some reason that black women, some, let me just keep saying some, because I know, oh, we're not all like that. I know you're not all like this. If the cap fits, wear it. And if it doesn't apply to you, don't get pissed off. Just listen to what I'm saying. You know, you don't get to my age without learning some stuff along the way. There's this idea that you need to be strong, independent. Okay, I don't need no man. You do need a man. I remember having an exchange with someone recently on Facebook who was, she was doing a video to her future baby daddy, and she already started talking about the future baby daddy who didn't exist as a guy who wasn't going to be paying child support, and if he didn't pay child support, she was going to turn up at his work, she was going to blast him, and she was going to turn up at his family's house, and she was going to blast him and embarrass him and blah blah blah. So I'm saying, like, why are you talking about the future father of your children as a baby daddy and not your husband? That was my, and she did ask for feedback. So I said, why are you talking? And I said, this is not a good way to sell yourself. Angry, you know, yeah, she had the weave as well, and she's overweight. And I said, why are you taking this stance? Every other race of women seems to understand the value of having a man around. And some black women do, some black women don't. I understand what happened with a lot of black women in their younger years. they decided to procreate with not the best quality of men, and they were continuing on that cycle of not procreating with the best type of man. 3 kids later, 3 baby daddies later, now they're angry at all black men because, of course, we are the problem. We are the it's all down on us, right? This nigga ain't shit. He ain't paying for his kids. Blah 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 blah. Maybe the guy even said he doesn't want to have kids, right? Whatever. There's so many things here. I'm trying to not to make this video too long. You continued having sex, dating, making babies with a particular type. You hate the fact that you made these poor decisions, and everyone must suffer as a result. If the cap fits, wear it. If it doesn't apply to you, shut the hell up. So you chose these type of guys. When I left high school in Jamaica in 1991, I moved to London. I was going to college. I remember that time so clearly. I was having trouble chatting to the black girls. This, not because of language. I speak English, right? Yeah, maybe I had a stronger Jamaican accent then. But I found that all the girls my age or so, or a little bit older, they were all gravitating towards the thugs. Clean-cut guys like me, didn't, for the most part, I got some skills, so I could still pick up chicks, whatever. But for the most part, clean-cut guys like myself were ignored by a lot of the chicks. Who did they go towards? The thugs, the inevitable absentee fathers. Those were the guys they gravitated towards, right? And as I went, they have these kids with these guys. The guys are nowhere around, right? They're not paying child support or whatever, or maybe they are, but they're not in the kid's life really. They're just providing a check at every month. And suddenly every black man gets painted with the same brush. I don't care if people paint me with a certain brush, because they can say what they want to say, right? For the most part, it really doesn't affect me. But so they now they don't need no man. They would like a man. Not like this, like the chick who was talking about the letter to her the message to her future baby daddy. I told her at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, right? There's nothing that you'd prefer more than to come home and your man holds you in his arms and makes you feel secure. There's nothing you'd want more when it's all said and done. She was trying to argue back and forth, and I just stopped responding. Right? It's like that's what you have to do with some of them sometimes. Just stop talking. They eventually shut up. So you have all these single parent households now. In black communities, it seems that it's like 75% of all black kids are being born into single parent households. Now I know I was just yesterday talking to a friend of mine on Facebook, and I was, we haven't really chatted, but we chatted yesterday, and I'm impressed and amazed at what she has done as a single mother with her kids. Wow, wow, hats off, amazing, absolutely amazing. So I'm not saying that single mothers can't raise their children, but I'm just saying that having a father around, a good father, right? Someone who's going to be not only contributing financially, but contributing to how the children are raised and building their values and morals and raising them to be responsible citizens. Having a father around is important. This I don't need no man stuff is a complete load of rubbish, right? I remember a few years ago when I was in Jamaica, and this I was having lunch with my dad. We stopped at a tasty patty place. Not tasty, juicy patty place in Clarendon. Jamaicans know where that place is. Having lunch with my dad, we were on our way to Kingston, and this little old Jamaican woman, she comes up to me at first, and she said, "Hello son, is this your father?" I said, yes, mommy, it's my father. She said, Lord, you look just like him. You know, says your father. It is so refreshing to see a young man with his father, because these days, you don't see nobody with them father. And when she said that, man, you know, it almost brought a tear to my eye, because it's true. Like, so many black kids are growing up without their fathers. You need fathers in the home. Yeah, I know you're gonna say some men, deadbeats, blah blah blah. We're not talking about the deadbeats. We're talking about the good, strong men who add value to the equation, not take away. So you need fathers in the home. As I went through the comments and stuff and looked at these women and stuff and their comments, I could sense a real deep lack of self-esteem. After these women, you could tell they had self-esteem issues, they had body shape issues, they had a whole bunch of issues, and they just sounded angry. And you know, like I said, all of them had they were all giving me bad attitude in the comment thread. They were all weave wearers and overweight. And you know, I've been accused of tearing down black women. I've been accused of not uplifting black women. But here's the crazy thing. You see, when I actually uplift black women, when I actually say to them, hey, you know what? Your natural hair is beautiful. Your skin is beautiful. You don't need to be bleaching your skin. That shit causes cancer, if you didn't know. You don't need to be wearing that weave on your head. Just embrace your natural beauty. Just embrace it. Instead of them taking that as a compliment to say, wow, this guy really loves black women, because of a thing that instead of, they actually want to argue with me. They actually want to argue with me, which I'm still like, what the? I'm telling you, you're beautiful with your natural hair, with your natural skin, with your natural features, and you're telling me that I'm putting you down. You're actually arguing with me. How does that make sense? You defend your weave and all that stuff. You cannot get a black woman who is a weave wearer to see sense. No matter how much you uplift them. I mean, I'm still at odds with this whole uplifting thing anyway. I don't know, I've never gone to someone and said, can you please uplift me because I need uplifting. What am I doing that for? But they say, touching on the weave thing, that sell out niggas like me with my Becky, we're dating, they are wearing the weave to level the playing field, because we are jumping ship on them and going to white women. And because we want long, straight, flowing hair. No. If a black man dates a woman from another race, it has nothing to do with her hair. Like, oh, I like white hair. If he's doing it because he doesn't like something about black women, the chances are is that he likes his woman to be real, and the fake hair is a turn off, just like it is for me. That's no secret. Most people on my Facebook page, you see me post shit all the time. I hate weaves and what it represents. You can tell me that you're protecting your hairstyles, but we have seen more than enough videos with black women with their hair eaten out, gone, because of this so-called protective weave. It's the climate. So the climate, was there some major climatic change since the 70s and the 60s, 50s, 40s, and a few hundred years ago? Was there some major climatic change that black hair now breaks and all that stuff in even cold weather or even hot weather? Jamaican women, like women in you know, tropical countries, hot weather, you have no excuse talking about the weather, because you're in the type of climate that's perfect for your hair. Sunlight, it grows, all that stuff.
But there's this deep-rooted self-hatred. There's this low self-esteem, feeling less than Becky, the upgrade, as you say she is. That makes you feel like you've got to do this stuff. We do not care about, like, your hair. Maybe your attitude, for some of you, your attitude could change, but your hair is no factor in the equation, right? Your skin color, I'll date the darkest of women, black as midnight, to the palest. I don't care. A dime is a dime. A fine ass woman is a fine ass woman. I'll date you. I'll go out with you. I'm like, yo, let's do this, girl, right? So your hair and skin color is nothing. But you want me to love you, but you don't love yourself. I love myself. I know myself. I love myself. There's not a thing I'd want to change about myself besides me working out. You guys know me as the workout guy, Mark the Tremor trainer. I work out because that's, like Immortal Technique, my favorite rapper at this point, says there's nothing wrong with exercise to tighten your thighs, but there's something wrong with contacts to lighten your eyes, right? He has this song called Natural Beauty. Amazing song. He's just telling black women, embrace your beauty. So a real man wants a real woman. I've talked about this before in a video I did last summer. Black men aren't, it still remains that the majority of black men are dating black women and marrying black women. It's not the case where most black men are dating outside of their race. And for the black men who date outside of their race, why are you so upset about it? If you notice, when black women date outside of their race, we don't give a shit. You know, like, what you eat doesn't make me shit. We don't care for the most part. There might be some black men who are upset, like, oh, sisters, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, most black dudes do not care when a black woman dates outside of her race. We do not care. But in my experience, black women get pissed. They take it personally. Like, if I'm dating someone of another race, they take it personally. It's like a spat in their faces. My girlfriend now, who is African Japanese mixed, a Blasian, a Blackanese. I've had comments on my first Facebook book, oh, you're not dating a white woman anymore, you're dating someone who is semi-black. I mean, these are people who maybe have semi-black kids. I don't know. I'm not saying any names. But, you embrace Halle Berry. You embrace, what's his face? That pretty guy from, what's that dude? Criminal Minds. What's his name? The one who, he was in a whole bunch of movies and stuff. You embrace that guy. He's mixed, right? But black women, I mean, another excuse that you use as well is that, oh, it's hard to survive in the corporate world, blah, blah, blah. Most of you wearing weaves are not in any form of corporate world. And I doubt very much that these white companies are saying, hey, LaQuisha, unfortunately, we have a problem with your natural hair, so we're going to have to insist that you wear a weave. LaQuisha, all you need to do is just tidy your hair up, you don't need to walk in there with like, boof. If I had my hair long, I wouldn't have it out like that. Keep it neat. I'm at work, right? Whatever I do on the weekends is my business, right? But I don't see corporations giving LaQuisha stick for her natural hair. But you do not like your hair. Just admit it. I don't know why. You say, oh, it's easier to wear a weave because I can just wake up, I can go. It saves me time. Listen, ladies, I wake up every morning and I shave every morning. That's time that I've allotted for shaving. I've allotted time for taking a shit, and I've allotted time for taking a shower. I've allotted time for making my breakfast. I do the 3 S's, shit, shave, and shower, and I make myself some breakfast. This is time that I've allotted. So for you to say to me, oh, I don't have time, that's just laziness, man. And the hygiene factor as well. Come on now. You're keeping that shit in your hair
for weeks, maybe months at a time. You know, I know some of you are saying, oh, white women wear weaves too. White women do not wear weaves. White women maybe wear clippings. They clip some stuff in for a special occasion, right, that matches their own hair. And at the end of the day, they unclip, take it out, jump in the shower, and wash their hair. My girlfriend didn't wash her hair for one day because she decided that she wanted to do, what do you call it? Straight, whatever. She straightened her hair. She has naturally long curly hair, yes, and she decided to do some straightening thing for one day because of something that she was having the next day. And I was lying next to her, and I said to her, baby, your hair kind of smells a bit frowsy. That's one day. It wasn't even a day. It wasn't even 24 hours, right? Now, to have that shit on your head for weeks, months, I dread the thought of having to cuddle up next to that. Honestly, I couldn't do it. I refuse to date women who wear weaves. If you can't wash your hair, right? If you can't wash your hair at least once a week. You know, my mom has long hair as well. People know my mom, they know the type of, my mom and my girlfriend have similar hair. That's the same hair basically. And my mom would maybe wash her hair once a week or once every 2 weeks, right? All like scalp greasing and all that stuff. But black women, I just want to tell you that I love you. I don't hate you. So when I make a video like this, it's not coming from a place of hatred, it's coming from a place of love. But I want you to love yourselves. Now, some of my friends on Facebook, I've seen them snatch that shit out of their hair. They've gone natural. And, you know, just imagine having to go natural. They have Facebook pages, they have websites dedicated to promoting natural hair. This is how low my women have fallen. You don't see other races with websites promoting natural hair. Only us. Black women are spending billions of dollars every year on this shit. Billions that could go into businesses, opening, you know, whatever type of business or whatever, properties, real estate, acquiring real assets, right? You can, you know, that video with that woman, she was going, we need our weave. I might cut the video in. It saddens me to see this. I don't hate you, but I just want you to love yourselves. And if someone chooses to date someone of another race, leave them be. What they eat doesn't make you shit. It has no bearing on your life. You know, there's so much I could say, and how many more minutes left on this? Yeah, this tape is gonna run, this memory stick is gonna run out soon. But man, it's a real shame, black women, for those who it applies to. Just love yourselves. We love you. Snatch that shit out of your hair. Make an appointment to go down to your hair salon this weekend and tell LaQuisha to take that shit out of your hair. And embrace who you are, love who you are. And, you know, some of my friends I've actually helped them to make the transition into taking that shit out of their hair. Embrace it, girls. Embrace it, ladies. And please understand that I'm not coming from a place of hate. Alright? Take care. Peace.